Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 18th episode of Professional Talks. Today we have with us CMA Yogesh Gupta ji. He is a practicing cost accountant, insolvency professional, and a financial consultant. He is also registered as a valuer for Securities and Financial Assets as well as insolvency professional with Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, IBBI. Ladies and gentlemen, we will not take much time. So let's welcome CMA Yogesh Gupta sir to our talk show Professional Talks. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Professional Talks.
Thanks for inviting me, Mr. Vikas. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have seen your profile. You are actively working as an CMA, working in the Institute of CMA Course and Management Accountants, and we have seen your journey also from the last 15 to 30 years. So I wish that we invite you in the talk show, Professional Talks. So thank you so much for giving your time for this talk show.
Thank you very much.
Sir, we will start our talk show with the first question only. That we want to cover your hometown journey or school journey. That how you come into the CMA career and how you choose CMA as your career in your journey.
A long journey. I'm a 64 birth, and I'm
Okay.
a Delhi from Delhi, born and brought up in Delhi. I started my schooling, I think, in the year 1969.
Okay.
I have stayed in a village called Jamrudpur in Delhi only, and studied in a government school till 12th. Till 8th, it was the same school where I was living in a village. After that, I had studied from 9th to 12th in a government school at Ganj. And after that, I have joined my college, Bhagat Singh College from Delhi University,
Okay.
which is a good college for commerce background, and did my BCom honors from there in 84. Since there was not much of training or uh, guidance available at that point of time, so we were not very sure that what we should do after doing my graduation. So I keep on uh, appearing for various types of examinations like banks or SSC or even defense, etc., etc. In
Okay.
fact, I had cleared two, three times my civil defense examinations and appeared for their interview also.
Okay.
And I mean, I was totally clueless. Where should I go?
Okay.
So
So
after
from where you get the
graduation,
inspiration? Sorry, sir. From where you
I'm
get the
coming.
inspiration for the CMAs?
I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
So after graduation, what happened that my elder brother, who is also a company secretary,
Okay.
he also joined very late in the CS profession, and he enrolled himself and told me that you should also join it. So
Okay.
initially, I joined the CS profession, which I completed in 1988. And frankly speaking, a lot of exemptions are available for the company secretaries while doing the CMA course. So I thought of
Okay.
joining the CMA course after that, because it will help in two ways. One, it will broaden my scope of work, because as a company secretary, you can look into only a particular area. But if you do your CMA as well, then the scope is much more wider, and you
Definitely.
can increase your opportunities in your career. I mean, quite high will be there. So that
Okay.
was the reason that why I choose the CMA, because it was to enhance my career opportunities.
Okay. Okay. That's very great, sir. And sir,
So
what is
after doing
your
my CS,
yeah?
I joined the CMA.
Okay. Okay. So, sir, what is your personal view about the CMA, about its scope in the employment as well as in the practice?
See, there is a lot of scope for CMAs, because, as you know, that there are only three professions in the commerce background: CS, CMA, and CS. And one of is being chosen by we people.
Okay.
In fact, I have done CS as well. But
Yes.
being a CMA, I feel that the course is designed, although particularly for a particular sector like the cost, which is the main focus area in the CMA area, in the CMA qualification. In CS, we focus on company law. In CA, we focus on financial audits. We focus only on cost in CMA. But
Okay.
the subjects of the all these three professions, I think it is 70-80% is more or less common. And we, as a
Hmm.
CMA, we are equally competent to hand over or to take a, to take any kind of responsibilities which is happening in the corporate world, whether it is finance or accounts or costing or, GST, indirect taxes, even MIS. There are a lot of things which a CMA can do. There is
Exactly, sir.
ample amount of opportunities for the CMAs. Apart from this, nowadays, the new opportunities which are coming up, like the insolvency and business code, where the CMAs are also allowed to practice. Then the registered valuers, which has recently come up. The internal audits can also be taken up by the CMAs. Then recently, a social auditors examinations are coming up, which I recently qualified in the last about 15
Okay.
days back. That is also
That's great.
coming as a good profession, because in India also social audit is going to be a big sector where the requirement of the professionals will be there. And being
Exactly.
CMA, you can also become a social auditor.
Okay, that's great, sir. Sir, I want to add one more question here. That like in company secretary, the paid up capital should be 10 crore rupees for appointment of the CS. But in case of CMS, is there any eligibility criteria in the company?
No, if you are in the job, then there is no such criteria, because you are being appointed. Because even for the chartered accountants also,
Okay.
if somebody is taking up a job as a accounts person or as a finance person, then there is no requirement of any basic paid up capital requirement or turnover requirement. So if you are into the job, then there is no requirement of a some paid up minimum paid up capital or minimum turnover criteria. But in most of the private sector or the public sector or the banking sector or the finance sectors, the CMAs are equally placed along with the chartered accountants as far as the finance and accounts jobs are concerned. In fact, recently there was a public sector enterprises board has required, and as per their requirement, that in all appointments with the government PSU sector,
Okay.
the chartered accountants will be preferred. This has been done about a year back, for which
Hmm.
the institute has already filed, taken up the matter with them. And I
Okay.
think we shall be successful in removing that clause from the requirement. So,
Okay.
as far as I personally, I feel that CMAs are equally competent to handle any kind of situations relating to corporate sector, be it finance or accounts or indirect taxes or direct taxes, anything else.
Okay. That's very great, sir. So, sir, adding to the previously question, I want to add here one more question. That what is the present awareness of the institute? What is your initiatives for further increasing the awareness about the CMA Institute?
The awareness is quite good, but it is still a lot is required to be done as far as the awareness is concerned. We need to have some more visibility of our profession in the market, in the industry, with the government. And for that, we need to do a lot of some more actions, which is required to give more visibility to the profession. Because, like right now, like when I did my CS, then secretary word used to be like a steno or something like that. But today,
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
not the scenario. Everybody knows what is a company secretary. Similarly,
Yes.
today, when we talk that we are CMAs, many people from the commerce background, they know about it. But if they are not knowing about they are not from the financial background or accounts background, then they are confused that what do you mean by CMA? Then normally, as a CMA, we have to tell them that we are like CAs, which is not correct. The format should be like that once we tell them CMA, then they should say, oh, you are a CMA. That should be
Okay.
the outcome of any
Hmm.
visibility program that is being conducted by the institute. And for increasing the visibility, I think what we should do is to increase the partnership with the industry, partnership with the government, partnership with the people who have already achieved greater heights in our professions. Like
exactly.
there are many CMA professionals who have achieved the highest ranking in their respective organizations. Like if I would name a few of them, if I remember correctly, like Mr. Anil Chaudhary, who became the CMD of SAIL, Steel Authority of
Okay.
India Limited.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr.
That is
DK Saraf
PSU.
became the CMD of, yeah, Mr. DK Saraf, who became the CMD of ONGC. Then
Okay.
Mr. Malhotra, who became the CMD of Rights. There are many more examples like that. I don't remember more names. Ms. Chandra Kochar, who was the CMD of ICICI Bank.
Yes,
They're
yes,
all
yes.
CMAs.
Hmm.
So there are many more names like that. So we need to spread that awareness that who are the CMAs. These are the CMAs who can, I mean, spread our name in the industry and make CMA more visible.
Okay. And you said that I think the awareness need to be increased in the coming years, and for that brand building is doing by the institute also.
Correct.
So
But this more efforts are required to be done in that directions.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think the council should keep this in the mind also when we doing the brand building status of the institute also. And sir, after completing the 12th, the students have three options in the professional like CA, CS, and CMA. So, what CMA Institute will provide to the students, like about the coachings, e-learning platforms? Is there any classes also for the CMA students by the institute?
Yeah, like all the three institutes, or more or less every activity is being done by the all the three institutes on the same platform. Our institute is also providing the e-learning also. I mean, e-tuitions, e-coaching classes. Then a lot of study material is being provided to the students, and of course, private coachings are always there. So there are a lot of opportunities for the students coming from the poor background, because I feel that these three courses are very, very cost effective as compared to any other course which is provided in this country for
Exactly.
enhancing your knowledge or acquiring any educational qualification. But
Yes.
these three courses are quite competitive in terms of the cost to the students, and that is why we have seen that most of the students coming into these three professions are from a sort of a middle class background, and that is really helpful to all the students coming from middle class, because as a middle class student we cannot afford higher cost of education. So I mean the students are being provided quite this quite qualitative education at the cost of very low amount.
Okay. Okay. So, sir, what changes we need to be required in the present structure, like in the orientation training, skill development, orientation training? So, the institute is going to change the structures also.
Definitely, I mean a lot of changes are required for improving in the induction of students who are passing out the examinations finally in the corporate sector or in the as a practice area. You see, like in chartered accountancy there is a 3-year articleship,
Yes, sir.
and during this 3-year articleship the students are being rugged like anything to become a successful professional. In CMA also we had 6 months training earlier, which has been increased to 15 months training now. This
Okay.
training is very, very important part of learning the commercial, or I would say the corporate culture, how to become a person which may give some value addition in the corporate sector. So this training is very, very important. So I think that even the 15 months training is lesser. And during this training, I mean, like training opportunities are also not very high. So we need to, from the institute level, we should try to reach out the institutions, industries, government sectors, so that the students get ample opportunity for training. And I think we should also increase the training period, not only up to 15 months, but should be increased at least to to 24 months, because this 24 months learning is very, very vital for any students to learn about the various things which are going in the corporate sector. From day one they will be getting some new opportunity to learn. And since if you are working with a practicing cost accountant, then you are getting exposure to various areas. It is not
Okay.
only the cost audits which you are learning. You might because the practicing cost accountants are not only into the cost accounting or cost audit only, but they are looking into the GST or income tax or internal audits or IBC or a registered valuer, now a social auditor, and there
Okay.
are n number of
Scope in
opportunities
this.
which are available for any professional, be it a CA or CMA or CS, because any professional today amongst all these three professions cannot depend on their statutory requirements like financial audit or cost audit or secretarial audit. I think in every profession, all these three professions have to take care of other areas as well. They cannot
Definitely.
dependent on the statutory audits. So most of these practitioners are venturing into the other areas, whether it is working as a financial advisors to them, planning financial planning for them, or giving a lot of other kind of support to the industry. They
Definitely.
can become the partners also along with the industry, because the CMAs are having the entrepreneurial skills also. So they
Yes, sir.
can be a partner with their industry also, so
They
that
can
they
start
can
their own
help
startup
them.
also.
Yes, yes, they can also start up their own startup also. But
Hmm.
primarily, what I would be trying to say is that if they are part of the any industry, because industries do not have such kind of a professional skill which we are having. So we
Yes.
can use our professional skills for that purpose
Yes,
to
sir.
enhance the value addition in that industry.
Okay, okay. So, sir, after clearing the intermediate level, like in case of CS, there is an executive. In case of CA, there is an IPCC. So, after clearing the intermediate level, a student can join the CMA firm or either the company.
No, after the intermediate, they are required to undergo the training. Then only they will be eligible to appear for the final examinations.
No, the
So
training
after
will be
that,
in the
wherever
company
it
or
is
the firm.
available, no, companies also they can get the practice and training, and as well as with the
Okay,
practitioners also.
okay. Both options are available to the students.
Both options are available.
Okay, okay. So, sir, what are the current problems facing by the CMA members and how we can resolve these issues?
As I said earlier, that there is a still lack of recognition for the profession, CMA profession. So as I said, that we have to tell the people that look, we are CMAs, and who are CMAs? Like CAs. So that word has to remove
They need
first
to
of
be
all.
changed. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
They need to be changed.
Hmm.
Then secondly, there is always like for the chartered accountants, there is a statutory audit requirement. So the day a company is formed, the entry of chartered accountant happens. This
Okay.
opportunity is not available to the cost accountants.
Hmm.
And being a cost accountant, they have to really struggle out to get their share of uh, jobs or the other opportunities in the corporate sector. So they have to really work hard because the immediate entry is not available through the act.
Okay.
So these are the problems which are being faced. And normally, as even the HR guys, human resources guys, they are also not very much aware about the CMAs. So whenever there is a requirement of a CFO or a financial controller or the GM finance or some other junior positions, whether even if it is an accounts manager or deputy manager accounts, they are calling for the chartered accountants. They do not know about the CMAs. So that recognition, again, it is a part of the brand building. So once that brand building happens and everybody comes to know about that CA and CMAs are at par, then this problem being faced by the members will be over. So this is the biggest problem of the
Yes.
recognition as a CMA in the corporate sector, and which can be removed only by the recognition in the market.
Okay. That's great, sir. I think I have so many CMA friends, and they ask me sometimes the questions that how we bring the cost audit in our firm. So the next question is related to that. How an CMA member can settle their practice in the small city also.
You see, there is a section 148 of the Companies Act, which requires the cost audit in a particular firm, depending upon the sector in which they are working. More or less, broadly, it is applicable to the entire manufacturing sector and some service sectors like hospitals or educations or even the real estate, it is applicable. The criteria is like 100 crores of turnover for having the cost audits and 35 crores for the cost accounting records. These are the broader categories which I'm saying. The other things are there. So for entering into the practice in smaller cities, of course, the number of units having these criteria fulfilled will be lesser. But again, as I said, that once somebody has decided to venture into our profession as a practitioner, and if they would like to conduct the cost audits, they have to approach the people, the management, their seniors. They can join hands with their some seniors initially to gain knowledge about how the cost audits are concerned, how the cost audits are conducted, what is the purpose of the cost audit, what value addition along with the cost audit report you can give to the management. Because today, and since I have talked to so many promoters of my clients, and they say that it is only a compliance. But the time has to come where we have to say that it is not just a compliance. It you have to see it from a different perspective, that how it can help you in decision making, because today the environment is very competitive, and
Exactly.
if I say it is competitive, then only thing which is left is the cost reduction. If you don't reduce the cost of your production, then you are not going to be there in the society.
Exactly.
Like today, we are seeing that most of the imports are coming from China. Why it is happening from there? Because they are very cost effective. Why they are cost effective? Because of the large scale production. We are not being able to produce the material or the various kinds of items at that cost which is being produced by the China. So we have to really see where the difference is and how we can bridge the gap between the two, so that we can also produce the products at a lower cost.
Exactly.
So the cost auditor is in a position to help the industry to reduce the cost of production, and that should be the prime area, and that should be the primary concern also while making a cost audit report. And we should be able to give some value addition, that you are producing 50 products in a company. If for each product we are making a costing process, and while we doing this process, then management comes to know, oh, out of the 50 products we are selling, 10 products on a loss. They were not aware of. This is
Okay.
factual position, which I've seen from my own experience. So that is where we have to focus, that how we can add value to the organization where we are connected as a cost auditor.
Okay, okay, that's great, sir. And sir, we will conclude this question with the one final question that I want to ask
Okay.
here personally also, because I had asked my some of my friends that I am interviewing Yogesh Gupta, sir, that is a cost accountant. So they asked me a question that to ask the Yogesh sir, that is there any scope of CMAs in the big fours also, like there are four big fours in the India apart from the like GT and also. So is there any scope of cost accountant in the big four also?
Definitely, there are a lot of CMAs who are working with the Big Fours already. And as I said, again, it is a question of branding. If the people think that CAs and CMAs are at par, and whatever is being done by a CA or by a chartered accountant, by a cost accountant, if both are giving me the same kind of survey, same kind of knowledge, and same kind of value addition, then definitely there is a huge scope, because these big fours are employing in huge numbers. So, I mean, the message is going there, and they have started recruiting the CMAs as well. So, my question again goes back to the brand recognition,
Bang,
that
right.
once the brand recognition happens, then this will be more faster in recognizing the CMAs by the big fours as well.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you so much, sir. You had given so much insights about the CMA course, CMA curriculum, and speaking about the CMA fraternity also. So, sir, thank you so much for coming this for this talk show. And I think the students and the young members get benefited from this video.
I hope so. And in case they would like to have any interaction with me, they can find out some contact number and they can reach out to me and for any further assistance.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, sir. We'll definitely catch you later.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Vikas. Thank you very much.
Yeah.